Hello and welcome to the Powerboost meditation. Today, let us experiment with the theme Live in the Subtle. Live in the Subtle. There are two aspects to our existence. One is the gross, another is the subtle. The gross is the visible, the gross is the physical. The gross is something that we can sense through our physical organs. All that is gross. And the subtle is the invisible. The subtle is that which we cannot experience with this physical body, physical dimension. Often we think about, we talk about, or we spend our energy in the gross. And because as spiritual beings, our truth is, our reality is in the subtle, which means we are made up to be in the subtle. And because of investing time and effort in the physical, in the gross, it leads to a depletion of our energy. And the way to just regain that energy is just simply to pay attention to and live in the subtle. The subtler something is, the more powerful it becomes. And now, as the science advances, it is making everything into subtler and subtler form. And that's what is becoming more and more powerful. And the same holds true for our thoughts. The more I spend time in the subtle, like looking at the intention rather than the action or words, it's like focusing on the exchange of energy, of love, of respect, of acceptance, rather than what someone said or did, or just the physical or the logistics. The more we spend time into building and creating an experience rather than just, events, it allows for the subtle to be awakened and for the subtle to grow. And the more we try and live in the subtle, the more we are and coming close to our truth. And so the spiritual journey really is the journey towards subtlety. And when I realize this, how much I have come far in the journey is really the more I can hold on to the subtle. The duration to which I can hold on to the subtle is an indicator of how far I have come in my journey. And if we really see the soul is subtle, you can't see the divine is subtle. And the experience of love, the experience of belonging, the experience of bliss, all of this is extremely subtle. And because we often get trapped in the physical world, we are not able to often stay and hold on to this subtle energy. And so in meditation, the more I train my mind to first see the subtle, to understand the subtle, and to pay attention to the subtle, it allows me to then carry the subtle energy in all aspects of my life. Then the lifestyle becomes a subtle. It's like then there's no more reactive energy present. then the energy of criticism or judgment or overthinking, of tiredness, of laziness, all of that automatically goes away and is replaced with a very gentle, soft, peaceful, loving, accepting, subtle energy. Because that's what the soul carries. So let us spend some time just experiencing and living in the subtle. As we sit comfortably and relax ourselves, we realize that as souls, as spiritual beings, we are subtle. We are subtle beings of light who are undergoing a human experience in this physical dimension. And we realize that the gross world, the physical world, doesn't really belong to us. And we shift our attention from the gross to the subtle, from the illusion of thinking about the world outside to going deep within to experience the truth. Just as subtle is more refined and is more powerful, I, the being, the soul, I carry inherently inbuilt the energy of goodness, the energy of love, peace, and happiness. And so I choose to pay attention to the subtle. Even in the world outside, I choose to pay attention to the subtle being inside the mask. I choose to pay attention to the silent and innocent child, the being that is within every person that I meet. The more I tune into the subtle, the more I naturally experience the presence of the most subtle being, the divine. So I go beyond the physical, the gross, to just spend some time in the company of the divine. I experience the presence of the divine in a subtle and natural way in my home of light. As a soul, I am extremely subtle, just a being of light, just a presence of love. And my entire family is this subtle family of these beings of light. I stay here as the subtle being, away from the gross world, as a subtle being. I'm able to just naturally hold on to the subtle presence of the divine. The love of the divine removes all traces of gross consciousness within me and fills me up with the subtlety that the divine carries. Rooted in the subtle, I feel being myself. And being lost in the remembrance of the one. I switch off everything else and switch on just the one divine. Because the divine stays and lives in the subtle, the heart of the divine is an ocean that accepts me, loves me completely. I don't need to think, don't need to process or analyze anything here, just to absorb and allow myself to be loved by the one. The experience of the subtle is real for me. The gross world is superficial, is artificial, and that which does not belong to me. Just being absorbed in the presence of the divine makes me whole, complete. When I get aligned with the subtle energy that runs the entire world, my heart is filled with the subtle energy of good wishes, pure feelings, unconditional love and acceptance for every soul. And now, gently, as I return back to the story world, I hold on to this subtle energy even whilst on the field of action, playing my part in the cross. I live in the subtle by simply paying attention to the subtle and just staying focused on the one divine. I live in the subtle.